stepper motors. Now, as the name signifies, the stepper motors are not a continuous running motors, but it will vary in steps and it can be controlled. So, the topics to be covered today are the construction of stepper motor operation, step angle and its applications, then the variable reluctance stepper motor, permanent magnet stepper motor, and hybrid stepper motor, which these are the types of the stepper motor. So stepper motor construction, as you can see, you have got a magnet and the rotor is a salient pole type of a rotor and it will be rotating inside the stator field coils, and the combination of the stator and the rotor poles give you the angle of the rotation. And as you can see, the bottom wires, these separate coils can be supplied through different wires or with a phasor difference so that lesser angle rotation can be achieved. So the different parts are the shaft, the bearing, winding, stator, rear end cap, rotor section, the magnet and the front end cap. Now the stepper motors, special type of synchronous motor rotating through a fixed angular step in response to each input current pulse received by its controller, hence known as stepper motor. These are used in digitally controlled position control systems in open loop mode. The input command is in form of a train of pulses to turn a shaft through a specified angle. Typical step sizes are 7.5 degrees, 15 degrees, 30 degrees, 22 degrees, or even large. The choice of the angle depends upon the angular resolution required for the application. Such motors develop torques ranging from 1 micronewton meter to, for a wristwatch, to 40 newton meters in a motor of 15 centimeter diameter suitable for the machine tool applications. There the output ranges from 1 watt to a maximum of 2500 watts. The only moving part in a stepping motor is its rotor. It has no windings on the rotor. Commutator is absent and the brush is also not there. This feature makes the motor quite robust and reliable. What is a step angle? The angle through which the motor shaft rotates for each command pulse is called the step angle. Smaller the step angle, greater the number of steps per revolution and higher the resolution or accuracy of the positioning obtained. The step angles range from 0.72 degrees to 90 degrees, while the common step sizes which are in use is 1.8 degree, 2.5, 7.5 and 15 degrees. The value of this step angle can be expressed in terms of the rotor poles and the stator poles, or the stator poles can be called as the teeth. So beta is equal to ns minus nr by ns into nr into 360 degrees, that is for one rotation. If ns is equal to 10 and nr is equal to 8, that is number of poles on stator is equal to 10 and the number of poles on rotor is equal to 8, beta will be equal to, the difference of the two will be 2 into 360 divided by 10 into 8, that comes out to be 9 degrees. So the step angle will be 9 degrees. This is also calculated in the number of stator phases or stacks and the number of rotor teeths. So beta then becomes as 360 degree divided by m into nr, where m is the number of stator stacks and nr is the number of teeth on the rotor. So when m is equal to 3, number of phases are 3, the number of poles on rotor is 8, beta will be equal to 15 degrees. Its applications are in variety of uses: operation and control of computer peripherals, textile industry, IC fabrications and robotics, etc. It can be used in typewriters, line printers, tape drivers, floppy disk drives, numerically controlled machine tools, process control systems and XY plotters. Position information can be obtained simply by keeping the count of pulses sent to the motor, thereby eliminating the need of expensive position sensors and feedback controls. They perform many functions such as mixing, cutting, striking, metering and purging in commercial, military and medical applications. It is also used in packed foodstuffs, commercial end products and even the production of the science fiction movies. What are the different types of stepper motors? The first one is the variable reluctance stepper motor, that it is based on the reluctance of the stator and the rotor. It has bound stator poles, but the rotor poles are made up of a ferromagnetic material. It can be of single or multi-stack type, which gives the smaller step angles, because the multi-stack will give you a smaller step angle. So depending on the requirement, you can use a single step or a multi-step. Direction of motor rotation is independent of the polarity of the stator current. It is called the variable reluctance motor because the reluctance of the magnetic circuit formed by the rotor and the stator teeth varies with the angular position of the rotor. Next is your permanent magnet stepper motor. It also has wound stator poles, but its rotor poles are permanently magnetized. It has a cylindrical rotor. Its direction of rotation depends on the polarity of the stator current. And the last one is the hybrid stepper motor, which is a combination of the reluctance and the permanent magnet stepper motor. It has wound stator poles and permanently magnetized rotor poles. It is best suited when very small step angles are required, that is 1.8 degrees or 2.5 degrees, etc. are required. Now, what is the working of the variable reluctance stepper motor? A variable reluctance motor is constructed from ferromagnetic material with salient poles. The stator is made from a stack of steel laminations and has 6 equally spaced projecting poles or teeth, each wound with an exciting coil. The rotor, which may be solid or laminated, has 4 projecting teeth of the same width as the stator teeth. There are 3 independent stator circuits or phases A, B, C, and each one can be energized by a direct pulse from the driver circuit. If one phase is on, repetitively closing the switches in the sequence of 1, 2, 3, 1 and thus energizing the stator phases in sequence as A, B, C, A, the rotor will rotate clockwise in 30-degree steps. Now, how do we get this? That we'll see later. In 2-phase on, that means we are giving supply to 2 of the stator coils, and if the stator phases are switched in sequence, then again the motor will take the 30-degree step, but its equilibrium position will be interleaved between the 2 coils which is being energized. Then there is a combination half step operation. This is obtained by exciting 3 phases in sequence of 1 phase, double phase, 1 phase, double phase, alternately having the changes in the supply system. It is sometimes known as wave excitation, and it causes the rotor to advance in steps of 15 degrees with half the full step angle. Now here we will try to understand what is the one phase mode on. That is, how do we give the supply to 3 different parts A, B and C. These are the stator poles where we are energizing the coils and the electromagnet is being formed. So you can see the stepper motor. The rotor has got 4 poles and the stator has got 6 poles. So what is the step angle? 6 minus 4 divided by 6 into 4 into 360. So 2 into 360, that is 720 divided by 24, that gives you a angular rotation of 30 degrees. Therefore, the step angle is 30 degrees. So when we shift from the stator supply from A to B and B to C, an angular rotation of 30 degree step is obtained. So over here you can see we have energized the coil A and the motor is at 0 degree. Next time we will give the supply to B, because you see the red dots on B. So the B is being energized and the motor rotates in the clockwise direction so that the next pole is aligned to the B. So that is the minimum reluctance path, and the rotor aligns itself with the pole B. Then again we give a supply to C, and the next nearest pole on the rotor was pole number 3, which align itself with the angle of the C coil, stator coil, and therefore again it is rotating by an angle 30 degrees. So the total angle rotation is 60 degrees. Then again we energize A, and now the rotor pole, which is having the minimum reluctance, will be the pole number 4. So with 90-degree rotation, you can see that first we had started with pole number 1, which was aligned with phase A. Then we have again phase A been excited, but now the pole number 4 is in alignment with the A axis. Therefore, you get a step rotation of the stepper motor, while the phase is on is the A, B, C, A. So this is how we continue, and we can get the step rotation of the 30 degrees each. Now suppose I want to reverse the rotation. When we want to reverse the rotation, I'll change the connections of the stator coils, as in the sequence, instead of giving A, B, C, A, Now we'll make the sequence as ACBA. The step rotation will be the same, but the angle of rotation will change. So over here, position A is the same as before, where you have to energize the coil A, and the rotor is being aligned in the 1 and 3 direction with the poles, stator poles 1 and 4. Now when you energize the phase C, in that case your phase C is very near to the angle 4, and therefore it rotates in the anti-clockwise direction to align itself with stator coil of C. Again, when you energize the stator coil B, the motor rotates in the further anti-clockwise direction with a step of 30 degrees. So this anti-clockwise direction is obtained by changing the phase sequence supply of the stepper motor. Now what is the half step operation? Half step operation is, that is, once we'll energize one coil and the other time we'll have the two coils. Over here in condition 1, it is 0 degree rotation and you have got the phase A energized, because only phase A is 1, remaining is 0, and in operation it is only phase A, so pole 1 and 3 will be aligned with the stator poles. Now because we make the energization of the A and B both, so the alignment is in between A and B, and therefore the motor will have a step rotation of only 15 degrees. It won't be either aligned to phase A or B, but it will be in between phase A and B, and therefore we get a intermediate position as 15 degrees. Then again B, therefore you will get that 30 degree position, and this is how the sequence is being maintained: A, AB, B, BC, C, CA and A, which completes its 90 degree operation in the step of 15 degrees each. Now what is multi-stack variable reluctance stepper motor? The multi-stack motor is divided into its axial length into a number of magnetically isolated sections or stacks which can be excited by a separate winding or phase. Both the stator and rotor have the same number of poles. The stators have a common frame while rotors have a common shaft, which represents 3-stack variable reluctance motor. The teeth of all the rotors are perfectly aligned with respect to themselves, but the stator teeth of various stacks have a progressive angular displacement for phase excitation as shown in the diagram. 3-stack motors are most common, although motors up to 7 stacks are available. They have angle steps in the range of 2 degrees to 15 degrees, and a 6-step VR motor having 20 rotor teeth will have a step angle of 360 divided by 6 into 20, that comes to the 3 degrees. Now here we are meaning about the stack. You have got the rotor is in 3 stacks, stack A, B and C, and the stator is also having 3 poles. It is phase A, B and C. So now you can see, if we have presently stack A, rotor is aligned with the A stack, and therefore when you change the supply or you change the pulse to the B, it will have a small rotation in the direction towards right, so that it aligns itself with the rotor. Similarly, if you change the alignment to C, then the rotor will move further and it will align itself with the stack C. So the different stacks give you a better rotation angle, so that every time when you give a excitation to the different phases of the stator, the stacks will, whichever stack is in front of that, will try to have the minimum reluctance path, and that is why it is known as the multi-stack variable reluctance stepper motor, which will give you a better or smaller step rotation. Permanent magnet stepper motor, its stator construction is similar to that of a single stack variable reluctance motor, but the rotor is made up of a permanent magnetic material like hard ferrite. The stator has projecting poles, but the rotor is cylindrical and has radially magnetized permanent magnets. The operating principle of such a motor can be understood with the help of the figure, which we will be considering later, where the rotor has 2 poles and the stator has 4 poles. Since 2 stator poles are energized by one winding, the motor has 2 windings or phases marked as A and B. The step angle achieved will be of 90 degrees. Here you can see there is a 4-pole stator is there and 2-pole rotor is there, and therefore the step angle will be 90 degrees. So when you energize the coil S, it will be north pole will align with the south pole, and when you change to coil B, the rotor will rotate to its next position, so that the north is aligned with the south pole, because that is a stable position and the motor tries to attain that minimum reluctance position. Now this is for 180 degrees. Again we have shifted it, so the rotor has reversed. Now the south pole is under north pole and north pole is under south pole, but it has 180 degrees rotation. For 170-degree rotation, again we'll change the direction of the coil in the phase B, and you can see the direction. Now A is not energized, it's B which is energized. After 270 degrees, the position of the rotor has rotated by 270 degrees. So again we'll have the three modes of operation. We can have it AB separately, that is only one phase on at a time. The second phase, it can be two phases on at the same time. AB, it can be the direction of the A and B can be changed, and therefore when you have a combination of the single phase and the two phase operation, the multiple steps are created. Instead of having a 90-degree phase step angle, we'll have now 45-degree step angle, and that gives you a better step rotation. The hybrid stepper motor, it combines the features of variable reluctance and permanent magnet stepper motor. The rotor consists of the permanent magnet that is magnetized axially to create a pair of poles. Two end caps are fitted at both the ends of this axial magnet. The end caps consist of equal number of teeth which are magnetized by the respective polarities of the axial magnet. The rotor teeth of one cap are offset by a half tooth pitch, so that a tooth at one end cap coincides with a slot at the other end. This motor achieves small step sizes easily and with a simpler magnetic structure, whereas a permanent magnet motor requires a multiple permanent magnet. That is the advantage of this hybrid system. As compared to the variable reluctance motor, hybrid motor requires less excitation to achieve a given torque. So, like a permanent magnet motor, this motor will develop a good decent torque provided by the permanent magnet flux. This torque holds the rotor stationary while the power is switched off. This fact is quite helpful because the motor can be left overnight without fear of its being accidentally moved to a new position. Now we'll talk about the how much pulses can be given to a motor and its torque. As the stepping rate is increased, the rotor has less time to drive the load from one position to the next position when the stator winding current pattern is shifted. So beyond a certain pulse rate, the rotor cannot follow the command and would begin to miss the pulses. The start range is that in which the load position follows the pulses without losing the steps. So this is your speed torque characteristics relative to the pulses per second. So the blue one is the start range and the red one is the maximum range beyond which there will be pull out and the rotor will start missing its steps. The slew range is one in which the load velocity follows the pulse rate without losing a step but cannot start, stop or reverse the command. Obviously, the maximum slew rate would increase as the load is lightened. Step skipping may also occur if motor oscillation amplitude about the locking position is too large. So now today we have studied about the construction of the stepper motor, a stepper motor operation, its step angle and its application, variety of application, especially in the computer field. Then we have got three types of stepper motor: variable reluctance stepper motor, permanent magnet stepper motor and hybrid stepper motor. Depending on the choice of the step angle, we can select the different types of the stepper motor. Thank you.